Hey everyone, so I recently hit level 100 on the druid, and I figured I would make a quick video going over how I went about it, how other people are doing it, as well as my thoughts on the leveling process itself. So the way I did it is I did it in a group, so I'm thankful for that because running in a group versus solo it's a big difference. So I personally ran it at World Tier 2 with my friends because we wanted more of a challenge. I would say it was kind of a little less efficient because it would have been a lot faster just going on World Tier 1. So the main concept is we rushed campaign, got that done and over with. Then once campaign was done, we bumped it up to World Tier 3 at that time because we were able to handle that capstone dungeon at level 50. Then once that was done, we started working on the Lilith statues. So I got all the Lilith statues found, so that gave me a big boost in all my stats as well as the XP that you get from it. And after that, was just grinding away till I was able to do the level 70 capstone. And around that time, while I was grinding, sorry, I forgot to mention, I also made sure to max out my renown to get the additional skill points as well as the +4 paragon points per each level because, or sorry, per for each region, because that ends up equating to a whole entire level. So that alone just gives you so many benefiting stats. So once that was done, we did a capstone dungeon for the level 70, and from there it was literally a dungeon spam that we did. We were rotating leads, leaving party, resetting dungeon, and farming the dungeons over and over again until I hit level 100. So that was my process. I will say it is extremely boring, especially if you're hard focusing on that. As far as how other people are doing it, some people are strictly only doing the they'll do nightmare dungeons, so they'll spam those. Um, yeah, that's also another way. But for the most part, for leveling, everyone's doing resetting dungeons over and over again. So as far as what you should do as a player, it's kind of hard to answer that because it comes down to how you want to play the game. And there's also a big difference between people that casually play and just want to have fun versus people who, set goals for themselves. Like for me, I didn't care what it was. I wanted to hit 100. So that was my goal personally. I knew I wasn't going to be the fastest, obviously, but I just wanted to reach 100. That was my personal goal for myself. Now, others so that are much busier, don't have much time to play the game, obviously aren't going to hit level 100 as fast. So if you want to play casually and enjoy the game, I highly suggest just enjoying the game. Play how you want to play. If you want to do all the side missions first, do all the side missions. If you want to just rush through it, rush through it. That's all I can really say. End of the day, it is your game. Have fun with it. Now, if you're looking to rush to 100 as fast as possible, I would say, not just from me, but from also other people who have been reaching 100, it's been spamming the same dungeon over and over again. The downside to this is it is extremely boring. And also, the other downside is if you ignore the actual nightmare dungeons, your glyphs will be under leveled. Versus if you were to incorporate some nightmare dungeons into those runs and level up your glyphs, I would say overall, doing nightmare dungeons to level up your glyphs while mixing in some dungeon spams here and there would be the overall efficient way for character building. But as far as rushing to 100, it would be the dungeon spam. Finding a high dense dungeon where you can just roll through everything quickly. Yeah, that's just the most efficient as far as XP gain. But as far as overall character development, I want to say if I could have done it over again, I would have done more nightmare dungeons to level up my glyphs, especially because when you reach a certain part with leveling, you deal with the level scaling. So let's say if I'm level like 87 and I'm rolling through things so easily, I'm destroying things, I'm doing fine surviving. Then once I hit level 90, 91, I might start struggling. I'll get two shot by everything. My damage goes down. That's due to the scaling within the game. So that's also a potential issue. So I would say if you are dungeon spamming and you run into that problem that I ran into, I would suggest taking a break from that. Run some nightmare dungeons, level up your glyphs, maybe take a look at your build, respec it a little bit, and if you haven't done all the statues, go find those statues, max out your renown. That alone helped carry me, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I have to really say about it. It's my overall opinion on it though is I would say they made it a little too tedious to level. I feel like for a casual player, it's going to take a very long time. So if they want to appeal to more of the casual players, because that is the majority of the player base, like all these people that hit 100 so quickly, that's such a small percentage of players. So I would say, for the regular player, I think they should kind of either increase the amount of XP you gain for the world tiers, or decrease the XP that's needed, or fix the scaling with the levels, because overall it is extremely tedious and very time consuming. And that leads up to the next issue as far as what's going to happen when they incorporate seasons. Is the casual player going to take almost the whole season just to level and not be able to enjoy the gearing process? I mean, that's kind of hard to really tell. But anyway, that's pretty much what I went through to get to level 100, what other people are doing. um my overall opinion on it. It is definitely not fun. I can't stress that enough. Like, leveling to 100, if you want to do it as fast as possible, it is not fun. It's very tedious, it's tiring, and it's boring. So just keep that in mind. So, if you want to enjoy the game, again, just play the game how you want to play it. Do your side quests, do your events, enjoy the story, do whatever you want. It is such a great game to enjoy, and it just released recently. So yeah, I hope this helped any of you out. If it did, please like and subscribe. It will help me out tremendously, and I'll catch you in the next one.